I was talking to someone when we were at Seek, and he was talking to me, debating whether or not he should ask out this girl because he's not sure if that's who he should marry. And I'm like, you don't have to marry her. You can go for dinner. You can take her on a nice date. You don't even have to take her on a second date. But don't discern.
Yeah.
Don't keep discerning.
This sounds like a new young person problem. What do you think, Thrsdy?
Oh, yeah. Cameron and I actually had this exact discussion about this story with this guy on the way back from Seek. So sorry, guy, if you're listening.
But thank you, guy. No. Props
second.
to the guy because I'm sure now he's asked the girl out and he's going on a date with her.
Mm-hmm.
No, so
good on you.
Cameron and I had this discussion, and this is my diagnosis of this issue, and I think Cameron agreed with it, is that I said that dating in chastity culture in Catholicism is a good thing because it was needed. It's gotten to a point, though, where we've drilled into young men, don't date a young woman, don't take her out, don't date her, don't even like think about it if you can't see yourself marrying her. And what they do is they stop thinking, oh, this girl's fun, I should take her out on a date. Because we've said don't date for fun, date for this reason. But by using the word don't date for fun, like as in dating in and of itself, guys have convinced themselves that a girl being fun is not a good enough reason that you might marry her. And that is a load of crap.
Yeah.
If a girl is sufficiently fun and you have a great time every time you're with her, that is a reason you might marry her. And if she's fun and you find her attractive and you haven't asked her out yet, you're an idiot. Your IQ is tied to whatever the temperature of the room you're in is. And you need to get it together.
Thank you. What say you? Advice from Thrsdy. You got to start your own podcast and just clip these things out.
I agree. I think that, you've got to ask her out. And I think same with, like, I went on a lot of first dates that didn't end up with second dates. Not because he didn't want to go on a second. Some were because he didn't want to go on a second date. But most were because I didn't want to go on a second date. But I'm like, okay, we had one date. Like, we tried. And I remember this one guy, he kept asking me out and I kept saying no. And I'm like, you don't. And he's like, just give me one date. And I think I was in that mindset of.
What a cool guy. That's awesome.
We played soccer together, intramural. He wasn't, I don't even think he was Christian. But we played soccer together. We had fun together on the field. And I'm like, I'm not like anyone else you've ever dated. He's like, I realize that. That's why I keep asking you out. He's like, I've asked you out like so many times. Please just give me one time. One time. And I was like,
good for him.
I'll give you a date. But I don't think it'll be more than that. And to his credit, he wined and dined me. It was like a piano bar thing. A pianist was playing, lovely food, wine. At the end of the night, he took my hand and gave me a kiss on the hand. And I was like, okay. And typical college guy.
And then what happened?
And then I went on a second date with him. He got a second date.
And then what happened?
He got a third date. We dated for like a month.
Okay.
And then and then eventually, I think it was when like one time he wanted to get together and he was hanging out with his friends. And I was like, these are all a bunch of losers. Like, I'm like, you're awesome. And you have great potential. You're just not living up to it. And I can't marry like someone has more fun hanging out, smoking pot with their friends than actually doing things in this world. So we got a couple dates, but nothing. But I think it was his perseverance that I eventually said yes, right? And I knew I wasn't going to marry him, but we had a few dates. They were fun.
I think if you call it something other than date, like what is the thing that you're doing? Going to dinner,
gosh.
having a coffee, what?
My pet peeve. You want to like hang out sometime? Bro, she knows what you're saying. You know what you're saying. The only thing that she's thinking by you saying hang out sometime instead of date or like, can I take you out to dinner?
She's not man enough to actually ask me on a date.
Yeah. Either that or like something condescending like, oh, it's cute how nervous he is or something like that, but not in a good way.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
No man wants to be thought of cute because he's nervous.
And I don't think I would think he's cute. I would think, sorry, strap on a pair. I'm not going out with you.
Yeah. But my point in saying that isn't that we shouldn't be using the word date. It's just to say when you realize we're going to dinner to have an experience together, like that is something that people can do together.
Yes, you can have a date and not be dating someone. You can go on like multiple dates with different people and you're not dating any of them. Like that's a whole different thing. Like going on a date versus dating as in like more like...
Yeah, that DTR happens after a date.
Yeah.
Or at least a couple. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also think that there's a freedom in it that it doesn't work out and that's okay. And I Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's the same. Yeah, the overly discerning. And for girls, it's different. Like, I think girls, we can legit not date anyone until we meet the guy we're going to marry and just date him. I think you can do that. I don't think I could have. Like, I think there's something to, like, I was just talking about one of my Among the Lilies Marco Polo ladies went on a first date. It was like a Catholic match thing. She was nervous, and we asked how it went. And she's like,
Oh my God.
it was
Can I
fine.
rant about Catholic match when you finish this?
You may, absolutely. But she said it was a good first date, but she doesn't know. But it's good to like have that. Another girl who just got married is in her early 20s, and she's like, I appreciated the Catholic online dating world so I could weed out what I did not like, and I could narrow down what I wanted in a spouse. And then she met her husband in real life, and they're happily married, and they're still newlyweds. But I think there's something to saying like, okay, I will go on a date, we will see how it goes, and then
Fair enough, yeah. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe or you're a dingus. What's a dingus exactly?
Used to refer to something one cannot or does not wish to name specifically.
You don't have to subscribe, but if you did, I'd love it. You dingus.
Like the video. That's who we're using that one. Take one.